and I go to an auction and some billionaire buys it for $3 million because he thinks, oh, this is street culture when I get a graffiti artist that represents his neighborhood and he came from nothing and now he writes his name on signs so people in his area knows he came from the slums. I think that's fucking bullshit.
Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now while the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Sir Bavelli, back in the place to be, La Merca Superior, Palace 81 Studios. We are live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy, Mr. 9 Times. Yeah, man. Today's mathematics is knowledge and born, all being born to knowledge cipher. So we must bring about our knowledge to whatever it is that is going on in our lives and our ciphers. Cipher is any person, place, or thing. So when we're bringing about, born is bringing into existence. So when we're bringing about our knowledge and we're bringing into existence into our cipher, we must know that we are bringing about knowledge into the world. Peace. Today's drip check, we have the infamous, finally, the Ama Manier for the Love Jordan 3s. These are, I could see how this is sale. Remember, going back to sale, cream, all that, yellow tint. Sale on the back. Kind of like a navy suede. And then kind of like matching like some sort of like blue-gray Nike Air on the back. And then they have the message in here. It says, you have to go. Oh, shit. What the fuck just fell out of this? Oh, this is like a protector or something? Oh, for the suede. You have to. God damn it. All I know, the other one says all we have is each other on the other one. And this one says you have to get comfortable working alone. Very interesting, very interesting. I'm going to slip this pause back in here. Hold on. Yeah, man. Trying to keep these intact. The velvet, I don't know if it's velvet. I don't know what material is on the inside of these motherfuckers right here. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I could pull up these shits on the, but this ribbon shit, this thing right here, comfortable as fuck, bro. These are more comfortable than the 4s. Now this has me rethinking, fuck, bro, I should have went for the sole, you know, the Jordan 3s that just dropped, shock dropped too. Like, they weren't even queued up on Sneakers app or anything. They just dropped out of thin fucking air. But obviously with the internet, a lot of people were up on it. But guess what? I didn't try these on. I literally just tried these on now and just wearing them. You know, shoes, some of them, if they're really uncomfortable, you don't need to fucking walk around, and you just got to wear them, try them on and have them on, and they'll fucking start fucking up your feet. That happens with the shoes that happens with. I literally just want to give them away. Except ones that I really like. Fila, the Cordas. I think they're really cool. They're really comfortable, but they're fucking, as far as like stepping into the sole, but whenever you step, you know, and you get the crease across your foot as you're stepping, that shit hurts like a bitch. The EX89s, my fucking left pinky toe, because I just fucking found this out, where your left foot, I guess in America or maybe predominantly in the world, everyone, I guess, leads with their left or their right, and that's how their left foot is like a little bigger than their right foot, which makes totally sense to me because I only feel it in my left foot. And how I know my shoes are cooked and I need to get new shoes is if there's like different pattern grips on the bottom, like let's say on the Air Forces, they're a spiral, or for Timberland Pro boots, They're like these like honeycomb looking things. They'll be shaved down like on this part where you step, I guess, off, right? Because you're stepping with your heel, but as you're stepping off, you're going with this guy right here on the left side. So whenever it's like shaved, you'll see it. It's shaved down, and when I look on the right side of my shoe, it's not. So I think I need a new wire for this microphone thing because my audio has been fucking up. I've noticed that. Not too bad, but a few times in the episode. So I need to get that shit checked out. A lot of good sneakers, man. A lot of good sneakers have been dropping. The Atmos bandana, New Balance, I think they're 1000s just came out. But they're only for Japan only, which I think is bullshit. You know, they released the Navy SB4s in Europe for everybody. I don't understand that. Like, why do these markets choose to only have their product in certain markets? It doesn't make any sense to me. But we'll get into that a little bit more. Camo shorts. It's funny because I never wore camo shorts ever in my life unless they were like hand-me-downs. Or like I borrowed them from my cousin, and that wasn't, you know, I probably only did that like once or twice, but it was always kind of played out like cargo, camouflage fatigue cargo shorts, like whether that be, I've seen either this kind of colorway or black and white or like gray and white. It's kind of played out. Got the Grave Robber Imperial making another appearance, and then we got a lot of Jade, man, and we'll get into, I guess, that after we talk about some sneakers. But you know, Hello Kitty Jade bracelet, pink Jade ring finger, you know, purple Jade pinky, and the fucking diamond cut. I don't know what this is. It feels really fucking cheap. It feels like a hard plastic, but it's okay, you know what I mean? We can all affordable fly, like we always say. And then Amber Jade Tiger, you know, kind of like a clear, you could barely see it, but clear koi, and then like a more greener clear dog, and then obviously for my animal, for my Chinese zodiac, we have the little tiger, which is funny because this was $75 in 2009, and the rest of these were like way cheaper, except this one. This one has a lot more detail, and I want to say this was free, but I would imagine this is like $100. But different purities of Jade. I don't know how the market is right now, but I would imagine if I spent $75 for something as little as this, you know, it's very high, pure in purity, versus something like this. You know, I don't know the purity in Jade. I just love Jade, and I don't care how cheap it is. I just do know when it looks fake. I can spot fake Jade, but when it comes to like the purity levels, I don't know. When I was in China, I remember them telling me that the Jade gets darker, like really good Jade gets darker over time. I don't know how true that is, but I do want to say this Jade Tiger got darker over time. Not like exponentially darker, but noticeably darker. And I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get my fucking eyes checked again. So and Dodgers green fitted. You know, we're gonna talk about Greenlight 5, and we're gonna talk about Boulevard Nights. But yesterday I shot 2 videos, one in Olvera Street for a very short verse called All You Can Eat Brunches. It's the second song off of Hollow Domes. It's kind of like a secret bonus hidden track. And that's something I feel like in the game we're missing today, is like a lot of things that are exciting. You know, a lot of the game is just so oversaturated, and we've seen things many, many times over, whether it be like release parties or something to get the fans excited that only fans could appreciate. Deluxe album, something like that. And I was thinking, you know, deluxe albums, I've only made one deluxe album, and that was for Dark and Colorful, my very first mixtape that came out in 2015. As a matter of fact, the anniversary is in October. And with that one, it was originally 20 tracks, and then the deluxe was 25. And I'll never forget a Vince Staples interview I seen of him where he was like, why are you making a deluxe album? Like, to me, that's just like, he said it along the lines of like, you just put like throwaways on like an album. It just makes more sense for you to just drop the whole album. You know what I mean? Which I kind of totally agree with now. We're in a time of the game where deluxe albums and all that shit, it doesn't work really like how it did. Biggie, you know, or I guess Diddy would always re-rock his albums and make deluxe albums for his artists every year. Cypress Hill, they did that. Like every year, like legacy acts did the best of Wu-Tang Clan. It's like they fucking just get a collection of songs, all the fan favorites, they put it on one album. They'll put like one or two demos or fucking versions of songs that it's like no one really cares about, and then they put a $5 extra price tag on it. And I feel like it's just very unnecessary. In today's game, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out the market, and I'm still trying to figure out, okay, what is exciting people? Because right now, it's just baby steps, and I don't mind doing that. I'm going to take my vision and my ideas and my career into my own hands, and I'm trying to build it with other people that are like-minded. You know what I mean? I'm trying to build a team. As far as like throwing shows and like merch and logos, I really feel like Migs and 30 Miles, they got my back. We got Boulevard Nights still going down next Saturday, May 31st. It's $5 in advance. You can either pay me or 30 Miles, and it's $8 at the door. This is not free. Please don't come over here telling me, yo, Big Serbs. You know, don't come out like popping out, you know, fucking, hey, dog, remember when? No, I don't remember shit. The fee is the fee. And if you don't want to fucking be a part of it, that's fine. But if you want to watch a good hip hop show, it's not going to be free. We got a lot of great artists that are coming in that are worthy of the money that you are going to spend. And just going from top to bottom, pause, we have Lakewood, Ascend, Jetta OG, Ace 100, Loop Scholars, Divine Flows, OQ818, George Burns, Chicano Syndicate, Big Ace, Fooey, Looney, Plain Jane Records, Abe the Freak, Advis, 30 Miles, Chava Styles, and I'm headlining the Boulevard Nights Greenlight 5 release party, which Greenlight 5 is being released on Sunday, May 25th, 2025. I mean, 555, bro. I mean, 5 is power refinement. There's change in power, and there's power in change. So you never want to stay the same or stay stagnant. Even if you got to take L's to get W's, you know, it always gets greater later. So never feel like you're comfortable when whatever you're doing, like constantly always try to elevate. And I feel like that's kind of like the message of, maybe not the message of the day, but definitely the message of the year. And with Greenlight 5, the thematic theme of it, because Greenlight 5, we really went into a different chamber. To me, I kind of almost thought of it as like a continuation of 4, but I feel like 4 and 5 are fucking night and day. If you're going to listen to these albums and be like, damn, like you could tell I was in a different space. Greenlight 4, I made it here in Ontario. Greenlight 5, I pretty much made it in LA. So you got those two distinct sounds. You know, I'm 4, I was just over here. I was in the hometown, Old Town. I was chilling, bro. Very, very just almost comfortable, but like I also had like the shit with my grandma going on. So that kind of like was what 4 became. 5 was more like, okay, now I'm adapting to a new environment, which is LA, the LA lifestyle, and just being around the people and kind of like sinking my teeth in to the culture. And that's what I feel like 5 is. And 5 brings out that more aggressive, darker, and even songs that have like more introspective tracks like Mariposa and Blue. I'm honestly, man, I really feel like every album is my favorite album now. And I think it's been like that since 4, at least the flagship one. So Greenlight is a probably the quintessential flagship. This is this is what sets the bar for the year, or you get what I mean, until we make the next Greenlight. This is what I'm gonna have to follow. So for 4, I really love that album. Right before it, I had dropped Love Is Love, and then maybe not right after, but in November I dropped 45 Degrees. More of like a compilation I had made over the year, and just tracks that like got cut around the sessions of like Love Is Love and like Greenlight 4, and then thereafter. And then Bigger 9 dropped, right before April began at the end of March. And it took me, I made all the beats for Greenlight 5 right after Bigger 9. So let's just say I spent April making the beats, and then May writing and making the songs. So yeah, it's still just like last year. It took me 2 months to make Greenlight 5. It's 9 tracks. It's 2 features, with Chava Style. He's in the beginning on Envy. And then we have Churro, which is with Ital Santos of Chicano Syndicate. I want to shout out both Chava Styles and Ital Santos. This time around, they were like playing no games. And that's what I want with the artists that I bring on for features. I want them to fucking smoke me on a track. I want them to come out and just bar out. And I want it to be a war of rhymes. I don't want a rapper to come through like fucking Mike and give me a lazy ass flow and bullshit ass throwaway verse. No disrespect to Mike. I'm just saying, stylistically, I don't want it to be different. I want it to be okay, like fucking, you know what I mean? Like Tiger versus Crane style, Snake versus fucking Dog style, some shit like that. Something like that, where it's just stylistically it's different, but we could go to war together and it'll be respect on both sides. And as artists, as rhymers, as writers, we can showcase our talent on one track. With Envy, man, I have the video. It's gonna drop by the time this comes out. This shit's already over. Like the show's over. There's a lot of shit is over, and a lot of shit, I'm way ahead of y'all. But anyway, so I did a video for Envy, which is dropped on May 21st. All You Can Eat, I don't know when I'm gonna drop that, and then I want to drop Blue the day of on the 25th. So maybe I'll drop All You Can Eat. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm not I'll plan it all the way the fuck out. Like I got a plan, and then we'll see where it goes. Just like how we shot the videos yesterday. Shout out to Obi. We pulled up in Olvera Street. We couldn't find parking. And I was like, all right, I'll pay for your parking. Let's just go to Union Station. Parked in Union Station. Went across the street or under the tunnel. Across the street, went to Olvera Street. And it was cool. Olvera Street is a lot smaller than what I remember as a kid. I thought Olvera Street was this big fucking thing. But really, it's just like a quarter of a swap meet where people are just selling snacks and knickknacks and shirts and knockoff hats and boots and whatever the fuck else they got. I bought a Santo Niño de Atocha card, and I left it in my locker at work. I already have one in my wallet. I keep angel cards pretty much wherever I'm going to be around the most. Or like kind of almost like, I have the Santo Niño de Atocha at work, so I'm always safe at work. In my wallet, so the saint's always with me at all times. The statue above where I sleep in my headboard in my room, and I have the angel card in my car, so I'm always safe. And just going back to like the spiritual warfare, man, is you got to stay blessed up, you got to stay protected, and you got to protect your peace, man, because there's a lot of wicked energy out there, and you just got to be safe, and you can't fall victim to all the negativity in this world. The message of the day is don't let negativity affect you. You know what I mean? You always walk out with your head held high, chest out, chin up. You get what I mean? Because that's what people count on. People are counting on your downfall. People are praying that you miss a step. People are hoping that you fucking lose your balance and you get derailed from your mission. But guess what? Can't nobody stop me, bro. Can't nobody stop me in the mission I'm going on in my life. And if I can inspire other people to do the same thing, I'm going to do it, because yesterday it was really like, I was in a really good mood. And it was funny because some of my coworkers had seen that shit. And it's like, yeah, because I'm actually doing things that make me happy instead of trying to make as much money as I can thinking I'm going to be happy. Because guess what? As much as I love getting fly and getting, piecing up and all this shit, it don't mean shit at the end of the day. What makes me fulfilled is, wow, let me put these the on my threes on with these cargos, with the fit, with my brand, with the jewelry, and that gets me that gets me really happy and excited for what I got going on, because it's fulfilling for me when I can dress something like no one really I've ever seen come out do it. People, their style is always, like gangster shit or whatever. And it's like, I guess this is kind of like the typical kind of like LA type shit. Big shirt, cargos, Jordans. I guess so. But I feel like just the way I rock it and the way I piece it up is just real different. You know what I mean? So going to sneakers. So I put my raffle in on feature for the white cement 4s. Tomorrow I'm going to try to hit on the navy SBs. I've already went in for another raffle for the Ame Leon Dor or Dore. Ame Leon Dor. New Balance 2010? I don't think they're 2010s. What were the 2010s? The kits. Kits just dropped, I think today or yesterday. New Balance 2020 sold the fuck out. You know what I mean? By the time I read, I think they dropped today at 11 our time, but by the time I saw it, it was like, I think 12 or 1. That shit, anything Kif, bro, anything Ronnie Feig makes, he's a fucking legend, bro. You see all the shit he's done for Asics and his own brand Kith and the collaborations that they do. Let's just shout out Ronnie Feig for a second here. I feel like the first time I ever heard of Ronnie Feig was through like West Side Gun. And I know even Diesel, shout out to Diesel. He was the first one I actually seen him with the Gel Light 3s, the Salmon Toe, the Volcanoes. He's had like other shits. But and I think New Balances too. Fucking Diesel was on the wave early for Asics and New Balances. I really gotta tip my hat off to him, because that even influenced my style to get New Balances. And we're talking like 2017, and the runner, the old dad at the cookout grandpa sneaker era really didn't come through till like 2020. So even I was later than him, or I was still early, but I was like late to the party. As far as like the homies and shit goes, like I really love when we have like our own styles and shit like that, and it all kind of like gels and blends together. Like Chava style, he's into like trucker hats, and he's got his own thing going on with the Zushi, and they be getting fly over there. And yeah, so with the Asics, and I guess all the Asics like Gel Light 3, Gel Kayano 14s, NYCs, there's just a gang of Asics that are fly as fuck that at some point I want to get into. But for now, all I have is just one pair. I bought some Reeboks, and I think that's the one and only pair I'm going to buy of Reeboks too, because I'm not saying that I don't know. I feel like I haven't found the right Reeboks. There's like one pair of Reeboks that everybody wears. Everybody wears these shits. I can't remember what model they are, but me, and even the name too is just like, I don't know. There's something goofy. I wore them with the last episode I had with Dub when we were in my room. It's like the AA 6000 fucking 660s or something like that. It's like, nah, like don't send me with all these numbers and shit. Like don't be like New Balance 993, 996, 990, and they're all like the same fucking shoe, just either suede or no suede, or fucking the heels bent up or some bullshit. You know what I mean? I feel like real distinct New Balance models, the most distinct ones out of all of them, like that are separate from each other, are fire. Like 997H specifically, 1906s, 9060s, 2002R, 550s. Like they all have like their unique thumbprint DNA to them. And then I guess they have variations after that. Like the 997s have the leather, and the 7Hs have the suede. So I can appreciate the different models. And as far as sneakers go, man, I missed out on the Kiths, couldn't get the Atmoses, missed out on the Honey Blacks, the Bricks. Put my hat in for the raffle on the Cement 4s. Gonna go for those again. They have Nike SB Zoom Airs from P-Rod that are dropping tomorrow at 7 in the morning. I'm going to try to hit on those too because I need a fucking dub from Sneakers. Finally, the Sneakers app. Hopefully we can get one tomorrow. And there's like Nike SBs that are dropping, I want to say, on the 30th at the end of the month. I forgot what they're called. Let me double check. But a lot of Jordans, some shits are like staying up there on the Sneakers app. They're not selling out, man. Let me see. Okay, so on the 22nd, we got the Swarovski Crystal Air Jordan 1 for $1,000. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Those are horrendous. I'm not even into that shit. Lil Yachty, he's coming through with some like fake Bapesta Air Forces. I mean, I not like that, but you know what I mean. I'm not a big fan of this patent leather, loud, vibrant color shit. You know what I mean? Where the colors just like, you know, lime green and fucking piña color and all this shit. You know, I don't like that. Like I like kind of more subtle, monotone, blend in with the inner city type shit. These Air DT Proto 92s, fire as fuck. These are these LeBrons? I don't know. And then they got these Air Max SNDRs that has to sender. They have to fucking, I don't know, stand for something. These are ugly as fuck. Wouldn't buy those. Obviously the Cement 4s. We got the Psychic Blue and Black foam posits. Foam posits are ugly as fuck. Oh, here we go. I might try to hit on these too, bruh. These come out the 30th. The rare Air Jordan 3s. By how comfortable these are, I might have to hit on these, bruh. These fly fucking. These are like almost like a red koi fish, because it got like the. If you've ever seen like a red koi fish and kind of like this colorway, like black and red, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it looks like scaly. This shit is hard as fuck. I wish they went up to in my size, but I don't like Jordan 1s anyway. They don't feel comfortable, and I don't know, something about them I don't like. And then these right here, the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Bs, fire. This is kind of like what would you say? Is this sale or not sale? Oh, pale ivory. Okay, so see, that's what I mean, like ivory, sale, okay, cream, vanilla, all that shit, fucking custard, nougat, all like, what is this shit? Like, okay, all right, confusing as fuck, right? I had a lot of other shit I wanted to say. Okay, they opened the New Balance store at the Mills. I had a lot of shit to do today. I still need to clean the water from the fucking pond. Think I need to give Presley a bath. Maybe I'll do that. Nah, I won't even do it tomorrow. I already know me. I already know myself. Let me see what I had to do. What did I have to do with you? Because I'm Serbies. It's Serbies. It's Serbies. And mix the album. Great. So I had to mix Greenlight 5. That shit's not even done. So I got to mix that. And then I wanted to make banana bread for all my coworkers because we're going to throw a barbecue tomorrow. And I know here's the thing. If I say I'm thinking about it, then everybody, hey, did you hear fucking Big Serves is going to make banana bread tomorrow? It's like, I might as well keep my mouth shut. But anyway, I haven't made banana bread in a long time. So I'm going to do it anyway. Whatever, right? I don't care. So that's really what I got to do. Clean the pond, mix the album, make the muffins. So I think what I'm going to do is preheat the oven, clean the pond while the pond is being filled up, make all the shit for the muffins, put the muffins in the oven, and while it's cooking, mix the album. Boom, there you go. And then when all that shit is done, if I still have time and I'm not watching Raw, I'll give Presley a bath. How about that? How about fucking that, bruh? So let's see. What else do we have? Some topics. It's time for the topics. It's Big Serbs. Rest in peace to Valeria Marquez. She was killed. She was assassinated by a sicario in Mexico. I think she was on TikTok live. The rumors going around was that she was messing with, she had a boyfriend or something that was like with the narcos and all that shit. And this is what I'm saying, man, about like the whole cartel shit. I don't like talking about it, but honestly, man, I feel like in most cases they don't go after everybody, like, and doing a big hit like that is not something you just, oh, we're just gonna smoke some big celebrity. Like, no, it's like there was something that was going on behind the scenes, and there's a reason for what happened, right? And that's why when it comes to like to rapping about the street shit and all that shit, I try to be authentic as I can, even though people won't understand it or get it, or might try to think like I glorify shit. I just try to kind of like do the best I can at giving you the reality of some people's lives instead of glorifying some shit. I might glorify the violence for sure because I love shooting. You know, I'll cut your ass if you ever fuck around with me. But I mean, that's all it really is. With the cartel shit, man, I feel like there's a lot of like narco propaganda, and a lot of people, they glorify this shit, and it's just not something to be glorified. With the whole, what is it? Where was I going to? A lot of people, whatever issues that are happening outside of the US, for whatever reason, it gains more traction than the shit that's going on over here. I hate politics. I'd rather people talk about the politics in what that's going on in the US than shit that's nowhere near us. And don't worry, I get it. I know it's all American fucking political agendas and it all fucking affects us somehow, right? But for you to just post something and not fully fucking be committed to it, it's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Stop. You're not fooling nobody. Just because you want people to think you care about some shit and you really don't, it's like, stop, bro. Whatever it be, whether it be religion or this or that, it's like, check this out. You can't be sucking dick Saturday night and hungover drunk as fuck and going to church the next day with the fucking dick suckers right on your lips. You know what I mean? I guess you could do that. Everybody could repent at any fucking time, but it's very convenient. You know, some people, they live like that. They live, as long as they can justify some shit, they'll keep doing their own bullshit. But that's not to my point of, why do we have to care about some shit that don't directly affect us instead of some shit that's going on right next door, like in Mexico? And I'm directly affected by this. And to be honest with you, I might sound like a hypocrite, and I already know I'm a hypocrite because I'm criticizing the same people that don't do shit when I'm speaking on this, and I'm not doing shit either. But at least I have the conscience and the knowledge to drop on these people and the wisdom to give to these people, because we go into the knowledge, we go into the wisdom, and we go into the understanding. Now we got to think about the culture and the freedoms of our brothers and sisters directly being affected. Okay, great. You want to be into the American political agenda about Trump and then the fucking ICE and all that shit? Well, guess what? It's directly tied to the shit that's going on in Mexico. So maybe we need to look at both sides and see what the fuck is really going on. Because while they got shit going on over here, they're doing things this way just to try to trick you. You look in here, they doing things here. And that's what the fuck politics is. You know, it's a dub in your face, a dub. We taking L's somewhere the fuck else and we're not looking. You know, it's just been classic examples of that, like everywhere, but I'm not going to get into it. But I at least know and have the consciousness. I could bring about consciousness and saying, okay, yeah, maybe I'm not fighting for the same things I might be rapping or talking about, but who fucking gives a fuck? At least I'm trying to drop knowledge. You know, I have an opinion, and at least I'm going to voice that. And if anyone wants to challenge me, that's great. But this is my show. So in the time being that I'm not challenged, fuck you, because I'm going to say what I want. A lot of people are just at home on the fucking phones, not doing shit. When I was in Alvera Street, I was looking at everybody just sitting, chilling, enjoying life. And I'm like, wow, this is weird. You know why? Because 20 years ago, we were doing that as kids. We didn't have fucking phones. We were with our homies, our cousins, our brothers, our families, chilling, whether barbecuing or feeding the ducks with the fucking wheat bread or whatever, or chilling with grandma underneath the shade in the tree when it was like 105 in El Monte or whatever the fuck, right? People ain't doing... Kids ain't doing that no more, dog. The kids are born with iPads and they're isolating themselves in the room. And fuck having to quarantine people. People are quarantining themselves. And maybe this is a direct effect from the pandemic, but I think it's bullshit how society is moving. Society is moving in like fucking weird fucking things. I was just talking to NC about how the attention span of people is so fucking short because of instant gratification. And I think hopefully this happens, but I hope that it gets to a point where people are going to snap out of it. And it might take us to the 2030s for this to happen, because I read a letra that the 2020s is instant gratification. They posted this like, I want to say like 2017, 18, maybe even 16, something like that, where they predicted that 2020s was going to be instant gratification, and which is a good thing, right? You get instant mail, instant money, whenever anything is great when it happens in an instant, right? Anything positive, like whatever, getting money. But guess what? Like, there's a double edge to that, What happens in an instant? Death, car crashes, fucking very bad things happen in an instant too. It's not all good shit. So we need to stay prayed up and blessed that we be careful of the things that we're going in the direction that we're going in. Hopefully, like with Designer, like 10 years ago, he made an album where all the songs were like 30 seconds. He was way ahead of his time, because at that point they were like, this is a dud, this is a flop, get him the fuck out of here. That's what they were all saying about Designer. After, I got broads in Atlanta, and a fan. Yeah, okay, you're fucking, I'm sorry, Designer, but I really wish your career lived way longer than Kanye taking your song and making it a fucking remix. But whatever, right? He was ahead of his time, because now I feel like I got shorter. Like, we used to have like 4-minute song. Like, we used to have like damn near 5-minute, 4-minute songs. It got shortened to like 3 minutes. And then like now I feel like any hip hop song now is like anywhere from like 2 to 3 minutes, 2:30 like average, you know what I mean? Which is, for me, a 2-minute, 30-second song, that's like a hook, a verse, and a hook. I could do that for sure. And that might even be 3 minutes if I make a minute hook. It just depends. I'm trying to shake shit up every time I do music. I'm not trying to stay stagnant and do the same shit. So, very interesting things that I'm just seeing around, and I'm just trying to make change, make good change, positive changes in my life. Okay, so there's this thing called Bear Books. I guess somebody made some shit where they're getting black books that look like either yards or trucks or walls, and people are like putting their throwies or their tags on them. And I think it's great, but I feel like graffiti is dead now in the space of maybe like social media or something. There are graffiti artists that are really putting on, and still like graffiti will always remain raw, but they're trying to gentrify it, whether it be in commercials or like people like Banksy, where they just try to turn it into a profit. But that's a little different. If I tag a Los Angeles city limit sign and I go to an auction and some billionaire buys it for $3 million because he thinks, oh, this is street culture, when I get a graffiti artist that represents his neighborhood, and he came from nothing and now he writes his name on signs so people in his area knows he came from the slums. I think that's fucking bullshit, because you go around LA and you see that shit everywhere, bro. That's raw. That's real. Graffiti is in the street. It's not in your fucking canvases or anything like that. Like, that's real contemporary, what the populace deems it to be art. But art is everywhere. It could be a fucking statue. It could be whatever. Art is very subjective. and is very heavily opinionated. Me, I feel like this graffiti shit, there's so many people that I meet that want to get into graffiti, or they get into it and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And it's like, look, bro, you need to be tapped in with the right amount of people and move with the right amount of things, because this graffiti shit was something that only a few of us were tapped into. And it was like when we got together, it was like, damn, like, you write too? What do you write? Oh, I fucking write, you know what I mean, Nah, sure. You know, okay, this is Big Serves, you know, this is the homie, my cousin KO, you know what I mean, you know, fucking, you know, I could just name like names that were sick as fuck just growing up, and they really held it down, whether that be like fucking Lesser or, you know, Rigo or Mufasa, you know, my cousins, whatever. I can't really think of shit right now off the top of my head, but there were crews from when I was coming up and names that were making shit happen that I would see around. Pope, I remember seeing Pope's throwies all the time, like on the 60 right here, damn near to the 71. And I remember just seeing like the trains full of graffiti, and then the tracks right there full of graffiti. And that's where it should be, man. It shouldn't be where in these fucking books or these canvases that people sell, and people, oh, well, you know, this is the fine graffiti art, you know what I mean? Like fucking 5-star Michelin aerosol art, you know, like, fuck you, bro. Like, this culture can never be tainted. It can never be taken advantage of, because the real homies put blood, sweat, and equity into a street art that the cops will arrest us for. And I'm retired. I'm done. I'm speaking on this from a retired, not even veteran. I don't consider myself a veteran. I've retired as a rookie. I was a rookie. I was still learning the ropes. I still never went in the yards and no shit like that. It's just more so like when I see people trying to get into it or try to gentrify it or take advantage of it, it's like, you can't, bro. Like, just stop while you're ahead, because there's no way you could take something that is pure and ruin it, because anything that is pure can never be tainted. The message of the day is stay pure and don't let anything affect you in your life. I think I just said that earlier, but just stay pure, because purity is rare. A lot of people are not pure. They're walking around here with these fucking weird agendas. They don't have they're not aligned with the universe. So stay pure and stay aligned with the universe. This is the God's Hour.
Merge Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.